Hey guys, it's me Sujoy over here. Welcome back to my channel. Today in this video, I'm going to be talking about what I don't like about Vietjet. So I was just actually going through a couple of YouTube videos about some passenger bad experiences with Vietjet, and I think I can relate to that. So I just want to take my time to talk about in this video what I don't like about Vietjet and how Vietjet can actually improve their service. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Sujoy. I've been living here in Vietnam for over 5 years now. I'm a YouTuber. The name of my channel is called as Sujoy in Vietnam. So I like to speak my mind. I don't like to make any fluff videos. I like to be as realistic as possible. I started my career here in Vietnam as an English teacher for 3.5 years, teaching a couple of public schools and language centers. And then I started doing my digital marketing business. Right now I'm focusing on YouTube as well. Welcome to my channel. Okay. So let's talk about what I don't like about Vietjet. So before I go ahead with that, I just want to let you know is that if anybody from Vietjet is watching this video, or if it's the management from Vietjet, take this as a productive video. I'm not here to intentionally damage the reputation of Vietjet, but a frequent flyer with Vietjet, and of course, I'm a Skyjoy member, which I think I felt like maybe that Skyjoy membership name came from my name, Sujoy. I'm not quite sure. Anyways, but I got 500 500 points with Skyjoy. I've been using Vietjet for 2 years now. I've been flying with Vietjet for 2 years now. So my personal experience as a loyal customer. Okay, so I'm very impressed with the fact that Vietjet recruits foreign pilots, from different nationalities, to operate these airlines and to fly international destinations. So that is really good. And it's good to know that Vietjet is very has an equal employment opportunity and is very diversified when it comes to its hiring practices. So that's really good to see. And I know that fact that Vietjet is expanding its brand exponentially, and also internationally. But there is a cost. Somewhere down the line, Vietjet is failing to check on its quality. Okay, growing a brand, is great, but if you're not looking into the quality part of it, and if you're not fixing certain issues, which many passengers have complained about, then that really needs to be looked into. So I think it goes both ways. Okay, so the first thing which I want to talk about is the scam promotions. Okay, on these Vietjet websites. I mean, honestly speaking, for a year now, I think for the past couple of months, I've stopped using the Vietjet website to book tickets, and I do it from third-party travel agents like AirPass, Trip.com. I'm a member with Trip.com as well, or with cheap flights. So I book it from third-party website, but I don't officially book it from. I don't book it. I don't book my tickets from the official Vietjet website because there's too much of scam promotion. So I'll give you an example. If I want to travel from Ho Chi Minh to Bangkok, and if it's just saying a promo price for 500,000 Vietnam dong. So I go over there and say I don't want any check-in baggage, so I just carry just my backpack with me. And what really pisses me off is that when I'm making the booking through the website, official Vietjet website, if it's mentioned 500,000, And then all of a sudden, before the payment, I land up seeing that I need to pay over 1 million, 1.2 million Vietnam dong, just for booking my ticket from Ho Chi Minh to Bangkok. So, and then you have all these surcharges and all those kind of things. But I think the prices are a bit misleading, because if you really want to be having a competitive market, you need to you need to make sure that you're not misleading the prices to your customers. Like there are a lot of promotions from Vietjet, and then when you're going to the official website and when you want to make the booking, you land up paying double the price. So that's kind of pisses me off with Vietjet. Like those the scam promotion prices. It's all done for the love of marketing, which is all right. But I think this needs to be looked at. I mean, if you're really offering a ticket for 500,000 Vietnam dong, I don't mind paying 200,000 Vietnam dong extra. But like paying double the price and all that, or it just doesn't work out for me. So yeah, the scam promotion prices from their official website. I even had a situation where once I booked a ticket from Hanoi to Ho Chi Minh, and I actually used my father's card, because I had some issue with my card. And the payment went through and all that with the card on their official website. And then all of a sudden, after a couple of minutes, I got an email saying that, oh, you're not the card holder, so we have canceled the booking. And so immediately I had to call up the customer care. And it took like freaking ages to get in touch with somebody from Vietjet. I mean, because they don't pick up the phones. They're quite notorious with that. They just keep you waiting for hours. So I mean, after trying so hard, I got in touch with some customer care guy, some Vietnamese customer care guy. So I told him that, like, okay, I mean, I need the refund right now. I mean, I want the refund. I need the money to go back to my father's card and everything. But, like Vietjet said that I think it'll take 2 weeks or something like that for a refund. Are you kidding me? So yeah, I mean, so that's the reason why I've stopped actually booking tickets from the Vietjet official website. Second thing, which I really don't like about Vietjet is the rude ticket staff people. Okay, like I had gone to Hanoi, I had gone to the main Vietjet office once. I wanted to book a ticket to Saigon. I went to the main office, and the environment is so toxic over there. The girl, she was super rude. The Vietnamese ticketing girl, she was super rude. No smiles, no greetings. They don't value the customer. It was just a very pathetic experience. I just felt like just I just give the money, and they will first scam you with the ticket prices. They'll give you the highest ticket first, and then I have to keep a phone with me. I check out the price. I tell her, hey, how about this ticket over here? And then she's like, so just be a bit mindful if you're physically going to a Vietjet office to book your ticket here in Vietnam. Know what prices you need to pay. My best advice would be to avoid going there and just booking it online. Use sites like Trip.com, Agoda, or these third-party websites like AirPass and all those other sites where they don't mislead you. I mean, because going physically to the office and having a bad experience, and as such, I felt kind of victimized, and I left a very negative Google review for their Hanoi main Vietjet office. I mean, I had no intentions of doing that, but if you're not treating the customer right, and you're giving a very bad experience, so I mean, I'm obliged to give a very negative review. Right. So the third one would be the usual flight delays. Okay, it's happened numerous amount of times with Vietjet, and they're notorious. They're reputed for that. if I mean, I took flight from Saigon to Hanoi. Usually, it delays for an hour or 2 hours, maybe sometimes, I don't know, maybe 3 hours or so. But it is just like a frequent, rampant thing, and even like this time when I was coming back from my India trip, and when I was coming to Vietnam, my flight got delayed for 1 hour. I mean, the ticketing staff at the Mumbai airport just casually told me that expect an hour delay. So I mean, that's how reputed Vietjet is when it comes to flight delays. So why can't Vietjet be like other international carriers, like like take for example Indigo Airways. It's a very reputed Indian national carrier, which is always on time. Like most of the international carriers are usually on time. Like especially the low budget carriers, like they're usually on time. I mean, it's even worse than AirAsia. I mean, when it comes to, I mean, no offense, but usual flight delays. Nobody likes that. I mean, for an hour it's okay, but like 2 3 hours you got to wait, just to catch a flight to Hanoi. I think that's ridiculous. And yeah, this is a true story. I was making one more trip to Hanoi and from Saigon, and I remember my flight was delayed for 2 hours. I got pissed out. I went to the airport. I said I want my baggage back, and I canceled out my whole Hanoi trip. So thank you, Vietjet, for that. All right, so let's talk about. So one, two, three, four. Let's talk about the fifth one. Would be the last one would be the in-flight experience. Oh my God, it's so terrible. Firstly, from I mean, I've been flying Vietjet for 2 years. I never had in flight. I never had a good in flight experience. They don't have in flight entertainment. Even if you take short flights from Saigon to Bangkok, there are no in flight entertainments. So that kind of is even like for a long flight. Like especially from Vietnam to India, which is usually like a 5 hours flight or a 5.5 hours flight, you're not providing an in-flight entertainment. I think that kind of sucks. So it's and the seats are so cramped up. I mean, there's less of leg space. And you just like other passengers is like sitting next to me, and it's just I'm getting cramped up, and it's like a 5 hours flight. And forget about sleeping. It was like a night flight, but I got zero sleep, because the seats are so uncomfortable. The meals, okay. I mean, you don't get complimentary water. I mean, you should give complimentary water bottles, drinking bottles, but there are no complimentary waters. There are no refreshments. Because like certain flights, other low budget airlines, they give you those hot towel napkins and all those things which you can put on your face and refresh up, and also give complimentary waters. So that was not there with Vietjet. And it's just that and something interesting which happened to me like this time when I was actually going from Vietnam to India, because I was visiting my country after a year. I think a year and a half, or yeah. But it's just that they had the menu, the food menu, and they had the continental food and all those kind of things. And I was willing to pay the money for it, but the Vietjet air hostess stewardess, she said, "Oh, we're not serving these meals. You just can order some Indian meal from a different menu." So that kind of a bit was a bit surprising. Then why are you keeping those kind of menus over there? So that's the thing. And of course the attitude of most of the Vietjet stewardess. I mean, no offense, but they're very cold. They were very cold towards me. I mean, especially with other passengers. Especially, you should see, how a couple of these Vietjet staff they treat passengers when they're going to Hanoi. I mean, they're treating the Vietnamese passengers who are from Hanoi and who are flying from Saigon to Hanoi. I've seen it from my own eyes. They treat them very poorly. I've had experiences where the Vietjet staff actually shouted at me and spoke to me very rudely at the Hanoi airport when I was trying to when the flight got delayed and I wanted to ask regarding the flight timing. And I just told her point blank that you're so rude. And I was so pissed about it. I had to go to the Facebook page, their Facebook page, and I had to write a complaint about that lady. And it's just that Vietjet is should take into note that stop treating passengers so poorly, and even the attitude of most of the stewardess in-flight stewardess. They're very cold. They're not very friendly. And it's just so. And like this time when I came to Vietnam, the plane landed, and I was sitting at the back of the seat. So everybody, like, it's a big plane, of course, the flight which operates from Vietnam to India. It's a big Vietjet Airlines. I think it's an Airbus. It's a very big one, but. So it's something which is really stupid is that, I was just waiting for offloading I was waiting to get down, and, I mean, the passengers literally, had to wait for 20 minutes for the bus to come. And then, I mean, they were all stranded down at the airport down, they were stranded at the ladder. I mean, they were all waiting over there. And then, you board the bus, and then, when couple of the fellow Indian passengers wanted to exit, the Vietjet stewardess, she said, wait. And then she said, because of course I was sitting at the back of the plane, but then she said to all of us, go from the front. So stupid. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, so there's lack of management, lack of. So yeah, I mean, the cold attitude which you get, you don't get a welcoming attitude all the time. I mean, I've even had instances where I go to the check-in counter of Vietjet here in Vietnam, and I check in my baggage and everything, but they just, I mean, I had this Vietjet guy, he just gave the boarding pass, and he just gives you the boarding pass, and you're supposed to say, which gate number and all that, but they just you the boarding pass. It was super fucking rude and annoying. So I mean, if the founder of Vietjet, the CEO of Vietjet, if she's watching this video, please take into note about this. I mean, I've been flying Vietjet for 2 years. I mean, definitely, I do need a public apology from Vietjet. I mean, that way would be nice that if ever I fly with Vietjet, I get upgraded to the first class, because I've been flying with you guys for 2 years now. It's not the best of experience. What saddens me is that Vietjet is expanding its operation, is expanding its brand globally and internationally, but you're failing to look into the quality of your brand. So you got to look into this. Yeah, I mean, that's all I got to say. I mean, there are other good Vietnamese carriers out here like Bamboo Airways, Vietnam Air, which I've flown. But yeah, I mean, Vietjet really needs to improve up its in-flight experience, and also, the other things which I've laid out in this video. So yeah, I mean, if you like watching this video, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. And if you're traveling around in Southeast Asia and want to start a successful online business, automated online business, make sure to click the link down in the description below. It's an access to a free webinar invite. So with that being said, you guys have a great day. This was me, Sujoy, signing out.